Good afternoon, lovely people. Welcome to Wednesday afternoon. Okay, I want to talk about karmic cycles. Now, I have helped people with this in my work over the last few years. However, just in the last couple of months, it's really coming to the fore, and I just wanted to talk about that for a moment today. Hey Vicky, how you doing? So, why are we being called to end karmic cycles? Hey Christopher. I think the reason is something, and obviously there's going to be other reasons. So, it's really good to have a lot of different opinions and a lot of different teachers with this kind of thing because, with everything in life actually, right? Because there's, the universe works through people. So the messages you need to hear will come from different people. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Belinda. So I want to talk about karmic cycles and the work I've been doing recently with people, and it's intensifying, and it's actually really fun, and it's freeing for the people. Oh, you too, Vicky. Hey, Janita. How you doing? So, I've really been getting involved in more of the delving into the Akashic side of things for people and really trying to end cycles, right? So, just in the last couple of weeks, things like ending that cycle of feeling like you don't belong here, right? From a that I've helped a teenager with, and ending old money cycles, right? Poverty consciousness, ending old relationship cycles, ending some of the low self-worth cycles that we're on, and now of course with Venus retrograde, right, a whole heap of relationship stuff is coming up, and it's really time to look at it and just clear it. And why is that important? Hey Kim. How you doing? Why is it important to clear it, and why haven't we cleared it before? And I know some of you are kind of saying, I've just done the work, I've done so much intensive inner work, and yet it keeps coming up, or, why has this come up again? And the thing is, I guess, with this last month, with the Venus retrograde, it is focused on relationships with other people and also your own relationship. So it's going to be coming up. You're going to be seeing where things are out of alignment, and it's a really beautiful opportunity to let whatever it is go. Now, I know for many of us, we have worked on our stuff, on our shit, right, from this lifetime, and we think that we've dealt with it. The thing is, though, that there's cycles here that we're in, and it may be over several lifetimes, even hundreds. And my dogs are going to start barking in a minute. Anywho, we'll continue. So, what happens is if you can't end one of these cycles in this lifetime, you kind of come back with the same people to tackle it again, right? So, you both kind of leave the world and you go up to spirit land, and you say, well, this is what our work was. We didn't do it so well, did we? Let's do it again, and come back down, maybe in different roles, but the same group of people, and do it again. And all the lessons are there for you. All the people that are going to push those buttons are there for you. All of the circumstances, the situations are there for you. And with many of the cycles, we kind of get caught up in the fear, and then we only focus on what's not coming to us or what the problem is. But there's also another side of that. There's also the opposite side of that, where there is love. So You know, so for example, if you're working on self-worth, but you're just looking to, hey David, if you're looking at self-worth, but you're only looking at the person or people that you don't feel worthy around, you're not, you know, looking at the other half of the story with all of the people that absolutely think you're worthy. So even there is just a really great shift, right? But to really have a look at what these patterns are right now, what is the actual fear, will really allow you to now release it. And it's been pretty intense over the last few weeks with me, and I think for a lot of people, the energy upgrades and vibration getting higher. And you know, I'm now just really tuning into what the actual karmic cycle is that people have been going through lifetime after lifetime, so that they can then clear it. And then when you come back in the next lifetime, you don't have that thing to learn again, right? You can come back and learn something else with a new kind of group of people around you. Yeah, so, but you know, it's really up to you. You don't have to. No one. We have free will in this. This is the only planet in the universe that has free will, and it's up to us really what we want to do. And it's not a race. And you know, we're all just doing our thing, right? It's not a race. But if you are sick of that cycle that just keeps coming up and keeps coming up, whether you understand that it's from different lifetimes or whether it's come up in this lifetime, relationship after relationship, isn't it time that you honor yourself and really get down to what that is and let it go? So what I'm able to do is to actually point out what that, where it started. I can get a picture in my head of where it started and how it's repeated. And when you can really look at things from a different point of view, from out of this lifetime or out of our humanness, things can really shift. And I was saying to somebody today, you know, the book Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, you know, we need a book with the title Don't Sweat the Human Stuff, really, because that's what we do, right? And yet our human stuff is such a small part of everything and a small part of our totality. And yet we stay in that small part and we stay in fear, and we don't need to. So yeah, it's been really exciting lately doing this work with people, and I feel like I'm kind of freeing them out of a karmic prison. It's been really lovely. And today, during a deep meditation, I had a beautiful experience as well, you know, asking to be shown something. So I still have some issues around money. So I asked, where did that start? Because I know that my upbringing was part of it, but it didn't start there, right? So whatever money issues I've got, I called in everything in this lifetime to help me break free of it. But it actually started from another lifetime, maybe several. And that's also about, you know, feeling like you've let people down, or that you're not worthy of it, or that it causes trouble, whatever it is for you. Anyway, I went into this beautiful deep meditation this morning and just asked to be shown where it came from. And I'll tell you my dream because it's interesting, and that's why I popped up the post earlier about, you know, isn't it time you stopped blaming yourself for something that happened years ago, right? So the scene that I got taken to, was a big rocky kind of hill. It was kind of like those ones in some places around the world where they're quite steep mountains, not very many trees, mainly stone and rock, and little windy roads going around them, right? They're scary looking. Anyway, so it was we were there. I didn't see any vehicles, so I don't really know when it was. But it was definitely a few hundred years ago, and we were there, and then there was this little ledge off the road, off the mountain, and there was myself and 6 other people there, and the image I got was kind of like everyone was kind of sitting on the edge. It was really interesting. Everyone was sitting on the edge. And then I got this huge pain here, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's my heart, what's going on, right? Did I have a heart attack and fall off this cliff? And then I understood that I had been shot or stabbed, and that because of me, all the others lost their lives. And when I came out of the meditation, I just kind of asked and tried to get clarity on it. And because, you know, what did that have to do with money, right? And I got told that because I had money, we all ended up there and everyone got killed. Now, this may not be where it started, but it could be. I don't know. I have to delve a bit deeper. But it certainly was a lifetime where it repeated. Yeah, where, you know, I let people down and I was kind of blamed it on money, I guess. And then it builds those patterns then in your life about, you know, shying away from money, or I've never thought money was evil, but, you know, there's always that underlying kind of fear of, you know, who will I let down? So it was really interesting for me today that came up, and that I can now explore that and move forward from it. And you know, everything happens in perfect timing, and I'm going to do some deeper work on that. But this is the kind of thing that I've been able to help people with also recently, which is just fabulous. Really, really lights my fire. So I just wanted to share that with you and just start having a think, especially we're still in Venus retrograde for another couple of weeks. Really have a look at what's coming up in your relationships in particular, or in your relationship with you. See what's coming up. Look outside of what you're thinking it is, right? Step outside of the blame, step outside of the other people involved, and really get down to you. What is this fear? Ask better questions. What is this fear? Why did I react like that? And if you feel you've already done the inner work, then you know, maybe ask different questions. Have I been repeating this? And, you know, you can go into deep meditation and ask these questions as well. So, yeah, so just something to think about, and it's a really beautiful opportunity to clear some of these old patterns and old karmic cycles, so that you really are, firstly, free of the fear for the rest of this human life, right? There's freedom in that. And secondly, when you come back, it's a whole new ball game, and it's a whole new set of learnings and experiences, and you don't have to go through this pattern again. So that's freedom as well. And it goes a little bit deeper than that. I might do another video on it at one stage, but just wanted to pop on and just say, you know, to really don't get caught up in it all if you can help it. Don't sweat the human stuff. Oh, Michelle, you're all triggered. Yeah. And listen, guys, if anybody from the past is coming back in, they're here to show you something. They're here to show you something, or for you to understand something. I think I might have written it in a post the other day. Someone came in and, you know, an ex-girlfriend from 17 years ago just kind of happened to pop up. They haven't connected, but he wanted to know the reason. And the reason was that he needed to feel the abundance and the success that he felt 17 years ago. So this person has now reminded him of that. So whatever it is for you, people coming back in from the past, it doesn't mean if they're ex-partners, it doesn't mean you have to get back to them. If they're old friends, that could be a really great reunion. But, you know, whoever is reappearing this next few weeks, just look at it and think about how you felt when you were around them, or what life was like back then. It's here to remind you about something and to really, oh, thanks for all the hearts, guys. It's here to remind you about something and to enable you to move forward, because the universe is always working in your favor, always, right? So, now I also wanted to let you know, and some of you have probably seen, my program, my session that I offer, which is 90 minutes. I very rarely discount it, but I'm actually part of a challenge at the moment, which is why I've discounted that particular program. So the good news for you is that you can actually get that for $100 instead of $180, which is the normal price. So if you would like to explore the cycle that you're going through at the moment and maybe end it, please give me a buzz and you know, let's just end it and find out what it is actually, and be done with it, right? So I'll pop up the link for that if you want to do that. There's only a few spots left and it ends on Saturday. So as I said, I'm doing it because I'm a part of a challenge, but normally I don't discount this particular session, so it's to your advantage really to get in if you can, if you're feeling called. But otherwise, I really do encourage you to have a look at the patterns, have a look at what fears about things are coming up. If people are pushing your buttons, don't blame the people. Ask yourself, what's that about? Because that will show you the cycle. Let me see who's here. Hey, Tony. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? Oh, hey, Lynette. Oh, you just saw your boyfriend from 30 years ago. Whoa, what do you think that means? That's interesting. Oh, thank you, Sandra. You're all triggered as well, yeah. Yeah, we're all getting triggered. Oh, hey, Stephanie Marie. Hey, Tanya. Hi, Sandra. And Michelle, yeah, backflips, you're all triggered. Hey, Medina, how you doing? Hey, Gary. Hey, perfect timing. Yes, Gary, perfect timing. Who else have we got here? Hey, Teresita. Charlie, how are you doing? Let me know how you're doing. Hey, Rosanna. Hi, Lisa. Who else? Who have we got here? Hello, Sue. How are you going? How are you going? Hi, Jillian. Hi, Michael. Hey, Dave. Hey, Anne. Hi, Yvonne. How you doing? Who else? Who else? Who else? Jane, Kim. Oh, so exciting. I love it when you guys all join me for lives. I'm going to have to start doing a few more. So, oh, you're welcome, Charlie. So I'll pop up the link if any of you are interested in having one of these 90-minute sessions with me. You can come to my house, or we can do it via video. And you're welcome, Linda. Hey, Anne. But you know, if that's not something you want to do, I would really encourage you. And even on this thread, or you know, if you want to send me a private message, just you know, what is the actual fear that's coming up for you, and what pattern do you think it's associated with? Because it may not even be what you think it is. So, you know, that's always interesting too. We're kind of like, you know, slashing it out over something that it's not actually the real thing. It's not actually the problem, right? Sometimes we work on the problem. We think it's the problem. It's not the problem. You're welcome, Vicky. Hello, Maria. So, all right, I've got to go. Really lovely to connect with you all, and thank you and blessings. And I'm going to be doing a few more videos, and probably some over on my YouTube channel as well, just about the Akash and about karmic cycles and fear and energy and those kind of things that I love talking about. So if you've got any topics, let me know. I'm happy to talk about them. Wonderful. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great night. Bye.